How's everybody doing?
Good.
Everybody looks bright and chipper. Who's ready for a team meeting? Come on, guys. We do this every time. Who's ready for a team meeting? I like it. Well, who's ready to never hear me talk again? All right, going off that, I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Pat and Jackie at the hospital in MUSC. They've taken their time to come out and talk to us about improving our health a little bit. So we'll turn it over to them. Here you go.
Good morning. My name is Pat Aysse. I'm the stroke program at MUSC manager, and I'm supposed to tell you how long I've been at MUSC. It always hurts my heart, but I've been there for 32 years. I started when I was 12, so 32 years worth of opportunity. A lot of the work that I did prior to this role is working with the construction groups to do a lot of the OR projects at MUSC. I had the pleasure of working with John Sion through a number of them, so I'm a little familiar. I do have my own personal hard hat. It's got a different company's name on it, so I didn't think it was appropriate to bring it. But I did a lot of work in the Rutledge Tower building and the art building. So thank you all very much for building a wonderful facility for our children and women's services. I know it's going to be awesome. But what we wanted to talk about today is a topic that has become near and dear to my heart over the last 3 years, and really relevant, I think, to all of you, and that's stroke. And Jackie is one of our ED nurses, so she gets to see the folks when they come in. We've had a number of folks have strokes on site. Excuse me, sir? We've had a number of strokes on site on campus, some with our facilities group. And one of the things that have happened is that the employees and the folks that work with them were able to recognize it and react very quickly and do something about it, which is for your guys' benefit, it would be called 911. And stroke is the 5th leading cause of death in the U.S. It used to be the 3rd, then the 4th, and we've moved it down to the 5th. So I think we've done a great job. Lots and lots of people know about having a heart attack. Well, we call it a brain attack. We have a BAT team at the hospital that responds to all the calls for stroke. So there are a lot of risk factors for strokes that you guys can do something about. Probably, I won't ask for a show of hands, but I bet there's a large percentage of folks here that have hypertension, blood pressure a little above 140 over 90. You may or may not be taking your medicines for that. I hope that you are. I bet there are a few of you with diabetes, and we hope that you're controlling and keeping your A1C below 6, which is where we want it to be. I bet a few of you do something that, smoke. Smoke is a huge risk factor for stroke, and certainly something that if you want to lower your risk for stroke, that you can do that by stopping smoking. Weight. Most of you guys probably keep in really good shape because of all the work that you do. So weight, keeping your weight under control. I know that I have some issues with challenges with that, but weight is a huge issue for stroke. A few recreational things that people may or may not do, including alcohol, cocaine, some of the other drugs, particularly with the bleeding strokes. There are 2 kinds of strokes that you can have. One is called an ischemic stroke, or a blood clot goes in, blocks the vessel to your brain, and no blood can get to the brain tissue. The brain doesn't like that. It reacts very quickly to that, and the brain tissue starts dying. And then the other kind of stroke is called a hemorrhagic stroke, which occurs more often in younger folks, is usually related to hypertension, alcohol, and drugs, where something ruptures in your head and bleeds into the brain. That occurs in about 20% or so of the strokes. Unfortunately, those are the ones that have pretty significant bad outcomes with the bleeding stroke. With ischemic strokes, or the blockage to the brain, there's a lot of things we can do about that. But it's really important for you all to know the signs and symptoms. So, anybody give me a sign or symptom of stroke?
Drooping mouth.
Huh?
Drooping face.
Drooping mouth. Very good. Numbness. Weakness in the arm. All right. What am I here for? There's one more that we talk about a lot.
Speech.
Oh my gosh, you guys are great. We call it FAST. Face, arm, speech, and tongue. Face droopy on one side or the other. Arm and or leg weak on one side or the other, or tingling, or just kind of, just I couldn't pick up the coffee cup. Couldn't hold my hammer. And then slurred or garbled or gibberish speech. And the last one is tongue. All of the treatments stroke is now a treatable disease. In the past, you really couldn't do a whole lot about it. Folks came in, they had a big bad stroke, they go home. I'm sure you've known folks are completely paretic on one side, they can't talk, they can't walk, they can't use their one side of the body. And it usually only affects one side. Occasionally it'll affect both, but not very often. And there wasn't much we could do. In the late 1990s, 2000, there was a drug called TPA, the clot busting drug. You may or may not have heard about it. It's very time sensitive. You need to hit the hospital at about 3.5 hours. The sooner the better. You lose 1 million neurons every few seconds when you don't get oxygen to your brain. And then the second treatment that we've recently, research has shown, is just like a heart attack where they go in and suck the clot out. We can go into your brain and suck the clot out. And we've gotten some clots out of folks that are about that big, and you think about the tiny vessels, a little bit longer, a little smaller than the width of my pinky finger. But we can go in and suck those clots out. And we can do that up to, research has shown, 6 hours. However, at MUSC, we will do what we call a wake-up stroke. So if you wake up, and you have this weakness or speech slur, get yourself, call 911, because we can still go in, and if there's brain left to save, we can go in and suck the clot out. And we've had patients who have come in who can't speak, can't move one side of their body. Jackie will get them into the ED, take them to get the blood clot medicine going as fast as we can. We call it door to needle. We have some of the best door to needle times in the country. We average about 30 minutes. We always win the top awards. I just went and got our top award because of our times, and it's all due to folks like Jackie and her team. And then we get you to the cath lab if necessary. So the message I really want to send home is that, don't think it's going to go away. Don't think that, let me go back to bed and sleep it off and I'll get better. And please don't say, I'm going to call my sister, my brother, my aunt, my uncle, my cousin, and drive me to the hospital. We want you to call 911 because that gets you in, get you straight to the CT scan, get a picture of your head, make sure you got a brain, and make sure there's no blood in the brain, and then we would take you straight and start all of those treatments. So it's now a very treatable disease. There's nothing better to see someone who comes in with a really high stroke scale, and we get them down to a 0 or a 1 when we discharge them home, back to work in a couple weeks. And we have lots of examples of that. So hopefully you all will take care of your risk factors so that you don't have the stroke. But if you don't take care of your risk factors, and if that does happen to you or a family member, that you know what to do and recognize the symptoms. And then the only other thing is I didn't talk about one of the big symptoms for a hemorrhagic stroke, or the bleeding into the brain, is the worst. I'm sure you've heard people talk about having the worst headache of their life. And it's just an unbelievably horrible headache. And then they kind of have a funky gait. They're walking like they maybe have had a few too many beers. But that's another emergency that we need to get you to the hospital as soon as possible. So we brought a lot of materials for you guys. There's a great, I won't ask you each to do that and turn it into me so I can score you and tell you, take care of your health. But this is a great scorecard. You can take it and determine what your risk factors are for stroke. We have very nice reminders that you can give to your family, put on your fridge, stick them anywhere you want to remind people of what the signs and symptoms of a stroke are, and that you need to call 911. Talk about stroke heroes. We have lots of them here at the hospital. I'm sure that you know someone who's had a stroke. One of the things that was amazing to me when I took this position is that there isn't a month that goes by now when I'm at MUSC, my office is up on the stroke unit, that I don't know somebody personally in some way in my life, from young to old. One of my friends that I socialized with outside the hospital doing something that I love to do, who was in her early 40s, had a stroke. So there is no age limit. It does get worse as you get older. Your risk goes up, but just remember that. And then probably I would think that there are a lot of you sitting in this space with hypertension, and so there's some discussion about hypertension and managing it. It reduces your risk 30 to 50% for every 10-point drop in your blood pressure for cardiovascular disease and stroke. I think that's a pretty powerful number. We brought a lot of information. There are packets. We also have some translated in Spanish for those of you who are Spanish speaking or Hispanic. We have both the wrist card and the magnets. I'm going to leave all the information with John. Please use that. If we need to get you more, we're happy to do that, but we really appreciate the opportunity to come speak with you all, and Jackie and I will come down and we can pass the information out while you finish your meeting, and we're certainly open to any questions folks might have. Thanks again for your attention, and keep up the great work in building this beautiful building.
Thank you so much. Very good. Thank you. And I think we need to work on that hard hat. So we got 90% for the week, or I'm sorry, a little over 90%, 91 for our PPC. That's excellent. Thank you guys for all your hard work in achieving that. Real quick update. We're wrapping up concrete foundations this week. Hopefully, if the weather will hold off. Along with, we're kind of winding down on utilities. We've got a lot of these utilities in, so we appreciate all the work, all the coordination that you guys have done. Thank you there. Another major milestone, as you noticed, last week we started tower steel. And we've submitted the mock-up, the exterior mock-up for review. So that's going on as well, so we can get our colors and our materials approved, and we can continue on with our exterior skin. And also, I just kind of wanted to bring up a point. I was going through the weather log this month, and I noticed that we'd overcome some days on the schedule. And I just want to just tell everybody I appreciate all your hard work, all your coordination, your dedication to the job, and it doesn't go unnoticed. Thank you. I'm going to hand it off to Christina.
Alright guys, I want to talk real quickly this morning about dust control, because just fun fact, there's a whole category of dust called construction dust, which is a specific mix of inorganic and organic particles. Just generally, between 10 and 20% of the population is actually allergic to dust. But if that doesn't tug at your heartstrings here in the medical district, between 17 and 33% of construction workers are affected by dust, and that's whether you're allergic or not. So I think as a team, y'all are the eyes and ears and I guess noses and mouths of the of our site. If you see dust, it's very visible depending on the size of the particle. But there's a lot of things that we can do. Obviously, after it rained, there's not as much dust because moisture control is one thing that we can do to help. So obviously there's a lot of hoses around. If you see anywhere, along the job site where there's more dust than usual, anybody can grab a hose. So other than that, also speed, obviously, those of you operating equipment, speed is directly correlated to dust. The slower you go, the less dust we create. And then also, you might be sweeping or vacuuming. Which one of those two things probably causes less dust? Vacuuming, very good. So anyways, just keep your eyes open and let's minimize the dust. Thanks.
Hey, real quickly, I forgot to mention something for Gentry before I turn it over to Bill. In celebration of Safety Week, we've got a poster that we're going to be putting out here that we were going to ask everybody to sign. And just tell us what you work safe for. You know what I mean? Whether that's your family, your outdoor activities, beer, whatever. Just tell us what you do and what you like to do at the end of the day. We appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay, guys, real quick. First, let's give MUSC another round of applause. Thank them for coming out. That's awesome that our customers coming out here and thinking about y'all's health. I'm hoping y'all are listening to this. I'm definitely a victim of a high blood pressure, and I hope y'all are thinking about y'all's health as well. But to continue with continuous improvement, I'll be real quick so we don't go too much longer. A few things we're working on this month is we're looking out and for high school diplomas. A lot of you guys may not have, or some of you guys may not have graduated from high school. We're working with some of the local schools to work on getting GEDs for those of y'all that don't have that. It's not that big of a deal to get that taken care of, and we want to offer that service for continuous improvement for us on our personal lives and how do we make ourselves better. The other thing that we're working with, I know it's Trident Tech and I think Miller Mott, if I'm saying that right, on getting CDL licenses. We're going to have a lot of transportation for these just-in-time deliveries we're doing, and we're going to be offering something. So if anybody's interested in either one of those programs, come get with us and we'll get you signed up. We'll have more to come in the future. We're working with Hard Hat Transportation on that. And we are working really hard on the food service here. I know we've been rotating different food vendors in and out of here. We're working with, it's Chef Frisco is his name. We're working on getting him a trailer that he can put out here permanent, so he'll be full-time from breakfast, break, lunch. He's going to have healthy alternatives, but he's also going to get what you guys want. So any input y'all can provide on that, we've gotten a bunch from y'all. We will be working closely to get you the best food service and the best nutrition we can. And lastly, I know Chandra's also working with the hospital, and this was part of their health and wellness program, this kind of awareness discussion, and hopefully y'all got something out of it. But I know also they're going to bring a truck out here at I think this month, sometime the end of this month, and we'll get more information to you for health screenings where we can do blood tests. If you guys don't get blood work done, I think every year, you should. And it give you a lot of indicators what you may be susceptible to or how your health really is and what you need to work on. So I highly suggest you look into doing that as well. And I guess before I think we got a T-shirt to give away, but make sure you sign this poster. And we have one suggestion in the suggestion box. I guess people are leaving their boots up on the tables. If y'all could do somebody, I don't know who it was that didn't put them on there, but we're working on getting some more picnic tables out here. Please leave these tables clear for people to use, and we are eating off of them, so we don't put our boots and stuff up on top of those. Somebody would appreciate that as well. I'm sorry, one other thing that came up. Somebody lost a wallet in the sea can, or the flush toilets. I think it was yesterday. It had a good amount of money in it, and the money was taken out, the wallet was left in the corner. I think there may have been, I might have heard a wedding ring in the wallet. I don't know what the contents of that wallet are. But if anybody wants to turn that in or anybody knows anything about it, please get with somebody from Robbins & Morton, come in Brownstone, and let us know so we can try to get this wallet in or the money back. But I greatly appreciate that. So I guess last is, we got a name up here. Here we go. Is there a Michael Branham? Michael Branham? Okay, thank you. All right, guys, thank y'all for your time. Y'all have a very safe week. I appreciate everything y'all are doing.